Hey guys, this is the Ultimate Warrior, and I wanted to show off my liquid paperweights that I got from officeplayground.com. Now, I had some of these about a year ago, but a couple of them broke, and the ones that didn't break, they got lost in transit when we moved into our new house. So I had to rebuy them. And without further ado, let's check them out. Okay, so here's the first one that I had. This one has little polar bears in it. And this is actually my favorite small one that I own. So if you just move it back and forth, you can see they're gliding over. And if you notice carefully, there are no air bubbles in here whatsoever. And the last one I got didn't have air bubbles either. So I like the consistency in that. On top of that, I think this is my favorite because, I don't know, to me the polar bears look pretty excited. Like they see something out in the open. And it kind of reminds me like they're at the North Pole. You know, also reminds me of like they're the Coca-Cola mascots. So this one is really fun to play with. And here's what they look like when they're set up vertically and when you shake it up. Yeah, it has little bubbles in it. And this is a pretty cool view of this. Alright, and for the next one, we have little alligators, which is kind of cute. This one has an air bubble in it, but it's so small that it doesn't take away from the look, or it doesn't distract a lot. Now, this is the only one that is brand new. This was the one that I did not buy last time. I don't think it was even available on their website at the time where I had got the other ones. So I figured I'd try something new and, you know, pick this one up. And I'm glad I did. With this one in particular, I like the little floating motions here, where they're just kind of hovering above the water. And here's a little side view. I like this view of this as well. Reminds me like they're like in a little swamp or marsh or something. Oh, I didn't show it from this side. Yeah, that's cute. And here's what it looks like vertically. I don't know. I don't like that angle for them. I guess while I'm at it, here's what the polar bears look like vertically. Still cute. I like it. Alright. So yeah, I like playing with this one from time to time. I like the colors underneath their bellies. Let me shake this up some. As you can see, this makes a lot more bubbles than the last one. I think it's because of the little air pocket on the top. I think this one looks more like waves after you shake it up. Alright. And the next one. My last small one that I have is the Clownfish version. And I don't really like the air pocket at the top of this. It's kind of big and it's pretty distracting. I bought this before and I don't remember this ever having the air pocket last time, so I don't like the consistency because, you know, I got one, you may not get an air pocket. I don't know, maybe this was just a bad version or something, but it's still cute. Like I said, I had this one before, but this one well, it got broken from one of my nephews playing with it. So what I did was I actually just saved the oil and the coloring, the blue coloring, saved what I could. Then I got the fish out and I just made my own custom wave in a bottle, which I'll probably show in another video. And I think if this one was to break again, I don't think I'd mind that. Because again, I can make another wave in a bottle, and I think mine probably look a little bit better, at least in my personal opinion, because it won't have this little air pocket in here to distract as much. And in mine, the fish are floating a little bit more. You can see they have a little floating technique now, but in the ones that I made, they're kind of going up and down on its own, and they'll just kind of do that periodically, even without moving them too much. But this is still cool. I'm not gonna break this open. I'll only get it open if it has a crack in it. And I still recommend getting this if you're into clownfish. Here's the view from this side, and the view from this side. I like the waves that this make. Okay, let's shake it up to see what this do. This should make a lot of bubbles compared to the last two. Hey, that rhymed. Probably about the same. There's some type of big bubble that's just combined. That's pretty neat. Oh, and there's one that's floating. Yeah, I definitely think it's because of the air pocket in there. So yeah, that's interesting to look at, I guess, when you shake it up. Especially that little thing right there. I wonder how long that'll stay up. I guess not that long, apparently. Hold on, I forgot what I was about to say. Oh yeah, that's right. I showed my brother-in-law this, and he was like, well, why aren't the fish at the bottom? And I told him, well, they have to float. You know, that's the point of a liquid paperweight. But I get what he was saying. And when I think about it, it would be pretty cool if they could be at the bottom. I guess it would be more realistic. But if you ever want to make your own customized wave in a bottle, I think the best fish I recommend for those is the little plastic fish that you have in a toy game, the little fish and toy game. I think you could pick it up at like the dollar store or Dollar Tree or whatever, Dollar General, Mighty Dollar. And you twist it around, you put the fish in there, and on the inside they have little magnets, and then you have your little tiny plastic fishing rod. And you have to try to get all the fish out while the little thing is spinning, and get those out before it stops spinning. Yeah, I have one custom wave in a bottle with that in there, and it's pretty fun to look at. You know, it doesn't scrape across the bottom. And when you look at it, the mouth just kind of opens and whatnot. So that's a pretty neat little thing. Again, I'll probably have to show that in another video so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. So yeah, here's the clownfish. And sorry I got off on a little tangent there. And here we have a couple of surfers. And as you can see, I really like this one because it's a bigger one, and for some reason I like watching surfing on TV when I can, or online, just watching like live surfing. And it reminds me a lot of Kelly Slater's Pro Surfer for the PS2. I love that surfing game. I think it's the best surfing game I've ever played. Great music and everything. I think that's one of the games that should get its own remake. If they had like a remaster or an HD version where they bring it to the PlayStation 4 and Xbox or whatever, and they just like keep everything but just enhance the graphics. Man, that would be good. I would pre-order that video game if they ever made that. That's one of the PS2 games I think should have a remake, or you know, an HD version. Aside from the Budokai Tenkaichi series, you know, the Dragon Ball Z games, we're still waiting on that one. I still have high hopes for it, even though I doubt we'll ever get it. But I can dream, right? That's probably be another game I'll pre-order. If they remade like Dragon Ball Z, Budokai Tenkaichi 2 or 3, or 2 and 3, and just have like a package deal for those, yeah. You wouldn't even need a pre-order bonus for that. I would pre-order that in a heartbeat. Another tangent, sorry. You know, I have to talk about video games somehow on my channel. So yeah, as you can tell, I really like this one. And I think this is my favorite large one that I have. Actually, it's my only large one. But in the past, I did have one that was like this, but it had these fish in it. And that one was the one that broke. That's another thing about these. Be careful with them, because if you drop them on a hard surface, they are very likely to crack. So, and they scratch easily, so be careful. And that was the case with this one that had the fish in here. I dropped that one and it was such a mess to clean up. And I'd rather not go through that again, so I try to be careful on that front. Now this one has an air bubble in it, but when you go to the website and you or on YouTube and find a video of this on the Office Playground YouTube channel where they show this, that one actually has an air bubble in it too. So it's kind of advertised like that, and even in the pictures you notice that there's an air bubble. So you can't get mad if you know they kind of let you know ahead of time. But despite that, this is awesome. Oh, I didn't finish my story about the clownfish. Sorry about that. Not a professional. But yeah, I didn't pick up that one again because I like this one that I had before that didn't have the air bubble over the bigger one. I feel like the one I had before, it was just right. The big one was just too much space for me. So that's why I didn't pick that one up again. I might pick it up in the future, you know, if I can get the extra money and find a place to put it. I don't even know where to put these at, so don't want to waste extra space if I can help it. Alright, so here's a closer look at these. Let me try to open up my curtain. Let's see if, yeah, that works. That's a lot better. So yeah, let me just shake this up so you all can see what this looks like. Yeah, that looks pretty fun. It makes some nice bubbles. Again, I think it's because of the air pocket. And I don't know, it makes it look more realistic. That kind of hurt my hand, tired my hand out. That's why I put it down. So yeah, there's that. I definitely recommend you getting this if you are into surfing and stuff like that. Alright, and that's all for my larger ones. I just wanted to show this one off as a bonus. This is just a little liquid paperweight keychain. You know, this one came with like this obnoxious air pocket, if you can even call it that. I don't really like that a good piece of the water is missing, but it was just an extra thing to tack on, so I figured why not. And then you can just put your key on it, and here's what it looks like when you shake it up. I gotta hurry up. I'm about to run over my 15-minute limit. Didn't think it'd go this far, so yeah, that's what it looks like. It's not really exciting, but whatever. And I got this from Office Playground. This was another thing. It's not a paperweight, but it was like a bouncy ball. The thing was kind of drained, so I asked them to send me another one, and it didn't do too well. So I guess this is how it comes. But it's still fun. Again, if you have the extra money, I'd go ahead and pick it up. Here's what that looks like. Little bouncy ball with water in it. Yeah, if you don't mind it having a giant air pocket, I'd pick it up. I think this is just how they come. Well, this video is running kind of long, and so I'm going to end this right now. I appreciate you all watching, and just come back for the next video. Alright, talk to you later. See ya.